Look at this place, a vibrant, thriving jungle ecosystem. What keeps it running smoothly is that every single animal has a specialized, unique natural ability. Take Ellie the elephant. She has massive size and incredible physical strength, capable of moving heavy obstacles with ease. Then look up in the canopy at Momo the monkey, who navigates the branches with lightning-fast climbing agility. Down below, there's Tito the tortoise. He moves slowly, but he's sturdy, incredibly patient, and completely grounded in his environment. And finally, there's Chikki. She is a tiny ant. Her microscopic size means she can't lift logs or swing from vines, but she makes up for it with a highly active, constantly calculating brain. When these four play together, things usually run in perfect harmony. Their wildly different physical traits don't cause friction. Instead, they balance each other out, creating a daily dynamic where everyone contributes something the others can't. That balance disappeared the day Chikki decided she was in charge. She declared herself the big boss of the jungle, claiming that having the sharpest brain meant she should rule over everyone else's physical size. She immediately started issuing commands. She ordered Ellie to haul massive amounts of water and forced Momo into an endless loop of collecting fruit, completely ignoring what her friends actually enjoyed doing. Within hours, the larger animals were exhausted. Ellie and Momo were carrying the full physical toll of the work, while Chikki paced back and forth, entirely relaxed and doing zero manual labor. This scene clearly shows how the group's energy flows. While one small boss at the top stays still, the larger friends below provide all the effort, depleting their resources to follow a single command. When one individual seizes total control and refuses to share the effort, it creates a massive drain on the group. The team's energy is depleted, resentment builds, and the joy of her playtime is ruined. Then the environment shifted. A sudden, dangerous storm rolled in over the trees, requiring an immediate and coordinated survival response from the group. The exhausted animals instinctively turned to their self-appointed boss. They needed a plan to stay safe, and they expected the one giving all the orders to provide it. But Chikki froze. She was paralyzed by the sudden danger, seeing that simply barking out commands cannot physically stop a real environmental threat. That's when Tito stepped in. He proposed they abandon the strict boss-worker hierarchy entirely and instead tackle the storm as a single collaborative unit. True emergencies revealed a limit of a title. A name alone cannot solve a problem if the person holding it isn't actively sharing the work. This moment shows how these four separate strengths can lock together. By combining their different skills, they create a structural defense far stronger than any one person acting alone. First, Ellie utilized her brute physical strength to act as the primary windbreak against the storm. Next, Momo used his rapid agility to quickly weave giant leaves together, forming a waterproof roof overhead. Then, Tito positioned his heavy shell at the base of the shelter, acting as an immovable anchor against the wind. Finally, Chikki got down on the ground and actively guided the exact placement of the leaves, putting her brain to work alongside her peers to ensure every gap was filled. Their survival was the result of this shared effort. No single animal, and certainly no single commander standing on the sidelines, could have withstood the force of that storm without every member of the team putting their skills to use. Once the storm passed, the jungle grew calm again. The collaborative shelter they built had held up perfectly against the wind. Chikki gathered the group and offered a humble apology. She admitted that her previous idea of what it meant to be a leader was entirely wrong. Her friends immediately forgave her. They even lightly teased her about her experiment as a tiny dictator, bringing laughter back. They established a much better model for how to operate. A leader's job isn't to demand effort from others, but to help the team move together and make sure everyone's individual talents are used. Think about your own playtime habits for a second. When you hang out with your friends, what specific skill do you bring to the group? You have a choice in how you play. You can try to stay in charge and watch from the sidelines, or you can take the rewarding path of being a helpful teammate. The strongest, happiest teams aren't built on a single person's orders. They're built by recognizing what each friend is capable of and making sure everyone has a hand in the work.